The sun is coming up over the Eiffel Tower here in Montmartre, Saskatchewan. It's a very blustery day. There are a lot of clouds in the sky. The forecast is miserable. So I don't know if we're actually going to have much of a video today or not, because our focus is to get from here up to Saskatoon pretty much as quickly as possible. It's Thanksgiving dinner tonight, and we're going to visit with Emily's parents. So we might see something along the way, probably not too much, but I figured I'd record an intro just in case. And you can probably see the first drops of rain landing on the windshield. This rain is supposed to turn to snow at some point today, so stay tuned. Fun could be just getting started. Not bad, 7:30.
Yeah, that was so weird. The sun was like glorious and it was so nice. And it was just like, boom, got dark and weird.
Yep. So with the weather being so bad and us having a bit of a schedule today, we sort of implemented the rule that we were only going to stop if the town had a grain elevator. So that makes our first stop here in Odessa, Saskatchewan. We're about 60 kilometers southeast of the city of Regina on Highway 48. And a couple neat false fronted buildings here right along the service road. But the real attraction is across the highway where we have this beautiful grain elevator. Our next stop along Highway 48 is the village of Vibank. And just like Odessa before it, Vibank was incorporated as a village in 1911. So that kind of gives you an idea of when the rail line came through here, as most of these towns only exist because of the rail line. Some interesting buildings here along the kind of main street along the highway here, a combination of brick and false fronted wooden buildings. And of course, across the highway, we have another grain elevator. So glad to see it still standing. Well, the forecast has pretty much been right on point. It is cold, it's about 6 degrees Celsius, and it's pouring rain, and it's windy. We have just pulled in here to Chamberlain, Saskatchewan. Gonna grab a club soda out of the fridge and just kind of get out and stretch. We've been on the road here for, I don't know, a couple hours maybe? I don't even know what time it is. Yeah, been on the road for a couple hours, so it's about time to pull over. And of course, there's a grain elevator here. We went from really harsh lighting conditions yesterday to really dull lighting conditions today. So none of our photographs are going to be anything to write home about, but at least we're documenting and getting as many grain elevators as we can. Pretty neat looking little stone service station here as well. I don't think that's fake. I think it's, I think the front part's an addition, but that looks like an original stone building if I had to guess. Mabel is not enjoying this rain. She wants to get back to being warm and dry. Got the club soda for the road. Put another one in the fridge to start chilling down. Oh, let's go do this. Continuing our tour as we work northwest up towards Saskatoon along the Louis Riel Trail is Craik, incorporated in 1907. And as you come into town, you come across this classic motel with this excellent sign with all sorts of great patina, and it's one of the few times in a town where the grain elevator isn't the highlight. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nice grain elevator painted in this unique gray color, but the highlight of Craik is the town hall. Built in 1913, it's a recognized municipal heritage property, and in reading about it online, it sounds like it's quite interesting. It served a number of functions, including the town offices, the fire hall, the library, a post office, Canadian Royal Mounted Police office, and barracks. In the basement there was, or perhaps still are, jail cells that were accessed by a covered ramp on the north side of the building. So it's served a lot of functions over 110 plus years, and it's just a really great building. Craik was one of those towns that really surprised us. We've been through here before, but don't remember so many great buildings, and the classic main street with your buildings along both sides and the grain elevator at the end. And that was kind of the end of our exploration. Unfortunately, a combination of schedule and, more importantly, the weather sort of made the end of our trip a bit abbreviated from where we wanted it to be originally. But it was still a really great trip, and at least we got to see some fun things along the way on day 3. So by the time we got to Saskatoon, it had moved on to full-blown snow. We were just glad to get off the roads before the roads had a chance to get slippery as the temperature dropped. The next day, we headed home. By the time we crossed into Alberta, the snow was just getting to be a little bit intermittent. It had quit snowing actively, but there was still a lot of snow laying on the ground. And by the time we got to Cactus Corner in Hanna, the sun was out, the sky was turning blue, and it was basically a really nice day. And here you can see the aftermath of our trip. This was the amount of dust that was in the box of our truck after all those Saskatchewan back roads. And the final total for those keeping score at home was 2,214.7 kilometers. That was our trip. Thank you very much for coming along on the ride with us. It's always great that we get the opportunity to do these adventures and then share them with you. And I know part 1 of this series has really taken off. It's been one of our most viewed videos for the short time that it's been up, so that's been fantastic. Really appreciate it, and of course appreciate the likes, the comments, and the subscriptions, because all that stuff just helps grow the channel, and really the YouTube algorithm loves you for it, and so do we. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. The sun is coming up over the Eiffel Tower here in Montmartre.